Namaskar गोसाई महाराज की, श्री गुरुदेव की, परंपरा की।
सबसे बड़े गुरुपाद नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमान भक्ति वेदांत श्री वामन कृष्ण महाराज
Svetile previštom Višnupad, Aštotara Šataši Šrimad Bhakti Vedanta, Shri Narayana Goswami Maharaj, to His lotus feet, which remove all the fear. I offer my unlimited obeisances again and again. After that also, my obeisances Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Astutarashat Shila Bhaktivedanta Shila Swami Maharaj Shila Goswami Maharaj Shila Bhakti Pramod Goswami Maharaj Shila Bhakti Bharati Goswami Maharaj. So all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis present here, all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all of those also eager to hear Harikatha, all the public so eager to hear Harikatha. So there's very affectionate women, the mothers, to the feet of everyone. Please accept my Dandavat Pranams accordingly. Such a great good fortune. It's a matter of great good fortune that today we are here in Dvaraka. It is one of the 7 cities that give liberation. Dvaraka is one of the 7 cities that award liberation. So we have come here to Dvaraka. Applause, applause. Dvaraka Puri. Dvaraka Puri is not an ordinary place. In the Shastra, there are 7 Mukti-Dham cities that award liberation. Moksha-Daika Puri, cities which award liberation, and Dwaraka is amongst the 7. Kashi, Kansha, Dravata, Mathura, Mayapur, all of them are these places which award liberation. Only by residing here for 1 day, only for 1 day, if you reside here, if you stay here for 1 day, very easily you attain liberation, be free from the material existence, and attain the abode of Lord. So, Dvaraka is one of the 7 places which award liberation, Moksha Daika Stha. Second point, in Dwapara Yuga, this was the place of the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. Such a beautiful place. It's not an ordinary place, no. In Dwapara Yuga, Krishna himself, he performed many beautiful pastimes in Dwaraka. There are 3 Leelas described in the Shastra, Krishna's Leela. One is Vrindavana Leela in Vrindavan, second Mathura Leela, and third Dwarika Leela. So 3 pastimes of Krishna. Dwaraka Puri, the place of the sweet pastimes of Krishna. This place is so beautiful. Where Lord Shri Krishna, he actually manifested Vrindavana Bhav here. This is not only a place of opulence. Here also Krishna manifested Vrindavana Lila here as well. Pastimes of Vrindavana here. Srila Sanatana Goswami Pada described this in the Brihad Bhagavata-saptaha book. It's the pastime known as Vrindavana Katha. So, according to time, sometimes I explain this pastime in a elaborate way. Means elaborately. Srila Rupa Goswami in the Lalita Madhav book also, he has explained as well this pastime in Dwaraka, the pastime of Vrindavan. How Krishna remembered Vrindavan in Dwaraka. Nava-Vrindavana Katha. The remembrance of Vrindavana in Dwaraka. Nava-Vrindavana Katha. Krishna manifested this pastime of Vrindavan in Dwaraka. So slowly I will present to you this pastime as well. Today, the first day of Srimad Bhagavata. Which day? The first day. First day. So for 7 days we'll try to glorify Bhagavad Katha for 7 days, which has 18,000 verses. 18,000 verses in the Bhagavatam are there.
सारी कथा को वर्णन करना
So of course it's impossible to describe all the stories of the Bhagavatam. But still, some special stories, kathas, we will try to verify some stories.
गुरु वैष्णव की आशीर्वाद से
By the blessings of Guru and Vaishnava,
हम इस कथा को
we will manifest this
सात
pastimes.
दिन जब भागवत कथा
So 7 days of Bhagavad
श्रवण
Katha,
करने से
by hearing for 7 days the Bhagavad Katha,
पाप से मुक्त होकर
the jivas will be delivered from all the sins and directly
भगवत धाम को
they will
प्राप्त
attain the abode of Lord.
इससे पहले भागवत महात्म को श्रवण करना क्या श्रवण करना चाहिए भागवत
So,
द ग्लोरीज ऑफ श्रीमद् भागवत
Haribol?
क्यों हम भागवत की कथा श्रवण करें
So the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, why are we going to hear the Srimad
बड़े
Bhagavatam?
ध्यान से सुनिए
Hear carefully, hear
यहाँ पर
carefully.
क्या लिखा है? श्रीमद्
So what it says, the name of the book, Srimad Bhagavatam.
भागवत
So the syllables, Bhagavatam, correct? Bha means prakash, light, illumination.
की सारी लीलाओं को
Means
यहाँ पर
all the leelas of Krishna are manifested. Like prakash means light, also manifestation. So all the leelas of Krishna are manifested in the Bhagavatam. Bha means prakash, light, manifestation,
वरिष्ठ
illuminate.
वरिष्ठ माने
Ga means Garishta means highest,
जितने भी ग्रंथ
highest. So the GA means highest, Garishta, highest. Because Bhagavata is the topmost of all the books. So the Bhagavata is the topmost of all the books. Topmost of all the books is Srimad Bhagavatam. So Ga, also another meaning, is also moving. Gamayati, Chavayati means
गमन भी करते हैं गमन भी करते हैं
means Bhagavatam is everywhere. Example, Krishna met from Vrindavana to Mathura and Dvaraka, so Krishna is going here and there.
जाते हैं
Krishna goes.
इसलिए भागवत
So there's another meaning of Ga. So God, Ga, many meanings. And Va, Va,
शब्द का अर्थ है
Va means vas, to stay, to exist.
जीवों के हृदय
Because Bhagavan, he stays, he lives in the heart of all the living entities. Vas. So vas. Va means vas.
और शब्द का अर्थ होता है
Bhagavato. Ta means Tran, means he protects us. Protects.
एक बार
If once you take the shelter of Bhagavan, of God, Bhagavan will
समस्त विपद से
deliver you from all sufferings, from all distresses, from all the problems. He will protect you.
द्रौपदी केवल हाथ जोड़ करके
Example, Draupadi, she folded her hands and she called Govinda. She called how?
गोविंद नाम धर्मादलेति गोविंद नाम धर्मादलेति गोविंद नाम धर्मादलेति गोविंद नाम धर्मादलेति श्री कृष्ण यादव हे सखेति गोविंद नाम धर्मादलेति गोविंद नाम धर्मादलेति गोविंद नाम धर्मादलेति कोई एक बार
If once you raise, you fold your hands, just to fold your hands, and you pray to Krishna, Krishna will appear in front of you.
गोविंद दामो
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti.
ये कृष्ण ये यादव ये सखी इसके कारण है प्राण तत्व
So Ta means Tran, means he protects us, protects.
और श्री शब्द के अर्थ
And
होता है
Shri of Srimad Bhagavatam, Shri Mad Bhagavatam. Shri means
श्री शब्द का अर्थ सर्व
Shri means Sarva Lakshmi Mai, the supreme goddess of fortune, Srimati Radhika. Applause, applause. She is Sarva Lakshmi Mayi,
स्वयं
the
कृष्ण
origin
अकेला
of
नहीं
all
रहता,
the goddess of fortunes.
अकेले नहीं रहते,
Krishna is not alone. Krishna is not alone. Who is with him?
अपने
His own
प्राण प्रियतमा
dear
भक्त
beloved,
शक्ति,
his innermost potency, Antaranga Shakti, Srimati Radhika. He's always with her.
जत्र जत्र राधा,
Jatra Jatra Radha. Wherever Radha is, Krishna is there.
जत्र जत्र
Wherever
कृष्ण,
Krishna is,
तत्र तत्र
Radharani is always with him.
ब्रज में इसे कहा जाता है
In Raj,
राधा
they say,
आधा,
without Radha, Krishna is Adha. Adha means half. He's half without Shrimati Radha.
स्वयं कृष्ण
Means Krishna
राधा जी की
himself.
साथी,
He's always with Shrimati Radhika, always with Shrimati Radhika.
इसलिए राधा कृष्ण एक ही स्वरूप,
Actually, Radha and Krishna are only one, but they manifest in two forms, just two relish pastimes.
एक ही स्वरूप,
They're actually one, Radha and Krishna.
साधन करने के लिए
But two relish pastimes, they manifest in two forms, Radha and Krishna.
कृष्ण
Krishna and Radha.
इसलिए राधा जी की महिमा
The glories of Shrimati Radhika are explained in the scriptures.
बहुत सुंदर,
So beautiful
इस श्रीमद् भागवत में
in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is all
इस
described.
भागवत कथा श्रवण करने
So if you hear Bhagavad Katha,
जिन साक्षात
the jiva, the living entity, will directly attain to Bhagavan.
और प्राणी की कथा तो है,
There are also other Puranas which are also very beautiful, like very nice Harikathas in the other Puranas.
18 प्राण
Vyasadeva wrote, manifest 18 Puranas. How many? 18 Puranas.
इस 18 पुराण के उन्होंने विभाजन किया फिर
And he after divided the Puranas. Puranas in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic Puranas.
किंतु श्रीमद् भागवतम
But the Srimad Bhagavatam
इस साक्षात
is directly the Bhagavat Swarup, the form of
श्रीमद्
God.
भागवत की कथा में थोड़ी सी
If you have a little bit taste for Bhagavad Katha, little bit taste,
और की
you won't have desire to hear any other Harikatha.
हम नहीं करें,
I'm not saying this.
श्रीमद् भागवत
It's a verse from Bhagavatam itself.
श्रीमद् भागवत की कथा वैष्णवानां की प्रियम,
Vaishnavanam Jata Priyam.
वैष्णवों के जो है
The Bhagavatam is so dear to the Vaishnavas,
प्रिय आदमी
very dear to the Vaishnavas. Which book is dear to the Vaishnavas? Bhagavad. Srimad Bhagavad is the essence of all the Vedanta and all the Vedas. Sarva Vedanta Sarahi Srimad Bhagavatam Ishyate. If you have taste for Bhagavad Katha, you won't have taste for other books. Sarva Vedanta Sara.
सारे वेद पुराण
So the Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Veda Purana and Upanishad.
सर्ववेदांत तो सारा ही श्रीमद् भागवतम तदर्शन इसके रस को थोड़ी सी भी पान कर ले,
If you little bit taste this ras of the Bhagavatam,
पुराण की कथा सुनने के उसके रुचि
you won't have desire to hear any other Purana Katha or any other scripture.
इसे साधु साधु पदे पदे
Sadhu, sadhu, padi, padi. Every step is just tasteful, so sweet katha in the Bhagavatam, so sweet.
प्रति पद पद में
Every step, at every step,
आनंद
so much bliss, so much bliss.
कृष्ण मधुरमय है,
Krishna is so sweet.
इसलिए बलवान
That's why Vallabhacharya wrote that song,
मधुरास
Madhurashtakam.
अधरं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं मधुराधिपते अखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं गमितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं. एक महापुरुष
His walk is sweet, he's sweet, he's so sweet. One great personality, Mahapurush, appeared in this world,
इसे गुजरात में क्या करते हैं? प्रेम
and
रूपी
then
बाण के
this
द्वारा
person
सभी
has
प्रवाहित कर दिया.
flooded Gujarat with prem. Vallabhacharya ki jai. Applause for him, applause. Vallabhacharya flooded Gujarat with prem.
ऐसा सुंदर सुंदर उन्होंने प्रयोग
He wrote this beautiful song.
और सुंदर जो है, इतना सुंदर मधुर भाव
So beautiful, sweet in his mood.
और श्रीमद् भागवत रूप में ही स्वयं भगवान वांगमय मूर्ति के रूप
So
में
actually
प्रकट हुए.
Bhagavatam is the sound incarnation of Lord, Banmay Murti, in sound incarnation.
कृष्ण दापर युग में मिला करके जब
Krishna performed pastimes in Dwapara Yuga. And then when Krishna went to the abode,
धाम में जब चले गए
his abode in the spiritual world again, What happened? To benefit the jivas of this world, Shri Krishna manifested again as like the Bhagavatam, which is like a sun. Dvaraka means sun. Bhagavatam is like the sun. So beautiful. Krishna manifested himself as the Bhagavatam because in the Kali Yuga, Kali Yuga has started. When did Kali Yuga start? When? As soon as Krishna left to the spiritual world. Krishna Swadama Pagate, this verse explains. Krishna left, but he appeared again as this Bhagavatam, which is like the sun for the jivas. Arka means sun. So the Purana, which is like a sun in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna appeared as like the sun in the Kali Yuga. Just like when the sun rises, the sun removes all the darkness. All darkness is removed by the sun. So in the same way, Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavan himself appeared as the Srimad Bhagavatam and destroyed all the darkness of the jivas. The Srimad Bhagavatam is directly the form of God, Bhagavat Swarup. Bhagavatam has 12 cantos. How many cantos? 12. Dvadas means 12. 12 cantos Srimad Bhagavatam. 12 cantos are there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And each canto is actually one limb of God. The first and second cantos are the two lotus feet of Lord. Remember that. Two lotus feet. Lotus feet. Third and fourth canto are Bhagavan's, his two thighs. Fifth canto, the fifth canto Srimad Bhagavatam is Bhagavan's navel, lotus navel. And the sixth and the seventh canto are his two arms. Eighth canto is Bhagavan's chest. Ninth canto Bhagavatam is Bhagavan's throat. His throat. 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam is his face, which is like a lotus flower, blossom lotus flower. So beautiful, like a blossom, beautiful lotus flower. Bhagavan's lotus face is the 10th canto. 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. 11th canto is Bhagavan's forehead. 11th canto is his forehead. And 12th canto, his top of his head. 12th canto is Bhagavan's head, like top of his head. Bhagavan is Tamalavarna. He has this blackish complexion. Suetavataram. He appeared
मित्र के रूप में ही
like a friend for the living entities. He appeared like a friend to the living entities.
श्वेत अवतार
So Hita Avataram.
और संसार इस समुद्र कैसे
In this material world,
दुख की समुद्र
it's just like an ocean of sorrows
लहरियां चल रही
with
हैं।
many waves. Many waves.
मिल
Sharks, big fish,
को जो है
like sharks,
ग्रास करके
ready to eat you.
कलयुग
This is Kali Yuga.
काम क्रोध आदि
Lust, anger, etc.
बड़े मानो
These are like big
हैं तिमिंग का
big sharks. Sharks.
इससे पार करना संभव
So
नहीं
it's
है।
impossible to cross over this ocean of material existence. Amadekam Karnanidam.
अपार समुद्र से
So Bhagavatam, which is Lord Himself,
और देखो
He appeared. And what is the comparison? He's just like
के पार करने के लिए
a bridge. Bhagavan appeared as like a bridge for us to cross over this ocean of material existence. This bridge. Second is bridge. Which kind of bridge He made?
इस श्रीमद् भागवतम
Srimad Bhagavatam is the bridge.
इस श्रीमद् भागवतम
This Srimad Bhagavatam is like a bridge. If someone takes shelter of this bridge of the Bhagavatam, very easily the jivas will be able to cross over the ocean of material existence and gain the abode of Lord. So again and again, I do my pranams to Srimad Bhagavatam.
बहुत सुंदर इस श्रीमद् भागवत
So beautiful,
महिमा वर्णन है।
the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam.
इस श्रीमद् भागवत की कथा श्रवण मात्र से ही
Just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, the jivas will be free from this material world and attain the abode of Lord.
केवल श्रवण के लिए केवल
What to say of hearing? If you only have the desire to hear Bhagavad Gita, if you make the resolution, for example, I will for 7 days, I will hear Bhagavad Gita. I will hear it. So you manifest the desire, just have the desire to do that.
भागवत कथा सुनने में नहीं आए।
You haven't yet come to hear Harikatha, you're still in your house. You're still in your house.
कभी संकल्प
You decided, you have decided, I will for 7 days, I will
भागवत कथा
hear Bhagavad Gita. I will hear Bhagavad Gita. From that moment, Bhagavan automatically sits in your heart.
और जब कथा श्रवण करते हैं
So when you start hearing Harikatha,
और स्वयं भगवत वेद प्राप्त करते हैं।
then you attain directly pain.
इस श्रीमद् भागवत की इतनी महिमा है।
Bhagavata is so glorious, so
और
glorious.
पुराणों की कथा को ये प्रणाम करते हैं।
So we do pranams to other Purana
श्रीमद्
Katha.
भागवत की कथा
Srimad Bhagavad Katha
बहुत सुंदर है।
is so beautiful, so
जिसकी
beautiful.
मूल वक्ता कौन है?
Who is the main original speaker of the Bhagavatam? Who?
इस श्रीमद् भागवत की मूल वक्ता
Who is the original speaker? It's actually Swayam Bhagavan Narayan.
भगवान नारायण।
Narayana Bhagavan Krishna is the original speaker of the
और
Bhagavad.
कृष्ण इस कथा को जो है स्वयं
Krishna himself
ब्रह्मा जी को
told this katha to Lord Brahma.
कृष्ण वही के चतुर्मुख
Krishna Hoite Chaturmukh. This starts our Guru Parampara.
ब्रह्मा वही के नारायणवती वही के भक्त कहने का सदा पूर्ण भक्त पद्मनाभ भक्ति गुरु परंपरा
So these are Guru Parampara.
कृष्ण वही के चतुर्मुख
Krishna Hoite Chaturmukh.
स्वयं कृष्ण नारायण
Krishna
इस श्रीमद् भागवत कथा संचय
himself
चतुश्लोकी
told
में
briefly this Bhagavad Gita to.
ब्रह्मा जी
So Narayana told this to Lord Brahma in four verses called Chatushloki Bhagavatam.
और विस्तृत रूप
Brahma, he
नारद ऋषि को
spoke the same katha to Narada but in more details. And then Narada told it to Vyas.
और वैष्णव जी
And Vyasadeva
को
told this katha to
अपने यज्ञ पुत्र
his very qualified son,
सुखदेव
Shukadeva Goswami Pad.
श्रवण करें। और सुखदेव गोस्वामी इसी कथा को
And then Shukadeva Goswami Pad
इसको श्रवण करा रहे
told this katha to whom?
जोर से बोलो
Tell loudly. Parikshit Maharaj. Told to Parikshit Maharaj.
आप लोग इस श्रीमद् भागवत
So we're gonna hear Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So it's the conversation between Shuk and Parikshit. Shuk, Parikshit, Parikshit Samvad.
सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद
Shukadeva Goswami Pad himself
महाराज इस कथा
told this katha to
श्रवण करें।
Parikshit Maharaj. So beautiful katha, very beautiful.
क्यों सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद
Why Shukadeva Goswami Pada became the speaker?
इसके लिए रास्ता
There's a secret behind that. Later I'll tell you.
जिस समय सुखदेव गोस्वामी
That
पाद
moment when Shukadeva Goswami Pada came in the assembly of Parikshit Maharaj to speak Bhagavad Gita, at that moment in that assembly, actually the assembly was full of great rishis and munis, full of all knowledge of all the Vedas, and they knew everything. They were completely in control of their senses and great yogis, and they knew past, present, and future. Even Vyasadeva was also in that assembly. Vyasadeva. Even the father of Vyasadeva, Ashara Rishi, was also there. Jagavalkya and great rishis were also present. But why Shukadeva Goswami Pada? Why Shukadeva Goswami Pada was given the topmost place in the assembly? Why? There's a secret behind there, and that and our acharyas explain. Later on, according to time, I'll tell all that. So we're sitting here to hear Bhagavad Gita, to speak Bhagavad Gita. Shukadeva Goswami Pada told this Gita as well. See, Parikshit Maharaj heard Bhagavad Gita and he directly went to the abode of Lord, Nitya Goloka Vrindavana Dham. He didn't need to do anything else. Just 7 days, he heard Bhagavad Gita, and that's it. For how many days? 7 days. He heard Bhagavad Gita for 7 days. Even Brahma saw. Lord Brahma saw how Parikshit Maharaj delivered and went to the abode of Lord. He saw him going to the abode of Lord. Seeing that, even Lord Brahma became so astonished. Because generally people do so many austerities. For example, standing in one leg. Standing in one leg. Some people, like, they do austerities of always raising one arm. Some people, like, for example, they stay inside a circle of fire, performing hard austerities. Some people, like, they sit on thorns. They lay down on thorns. This is also big austerity. Some people stay without drinking, without, like, no water, no food. Like, tapasya means to give, hardships to your own body. But Parikshit Maharaj, what did he do? Only heard Harikatha for 7 days. And after hearing for 7 days, he was going to the abode of Lord. He was going where? Just directly Goloka Vrindavana. He attained Gopi Bhav. Gopi Bhav, Prapta Sanatana Goswami explains. After hearing Harikatha for 7 days, Parikshit Maharaj, he attained Gopi Bhav. Which Bhav? Gopi Bhav. Gopi Bhav Prapta, it says. He attained Gopi Bhav. To attain this Gopi Bhav, the rishis of Dvaraka, they performed austerities for 10,000 years, chanting Gopal Mantra for 10,000 years. And later on, Gopi Bhav appeared in their hearts. But Parikshit Maharaj, see, only for 7 days, he heard Bhagavad Gita for 7 days, that's it. After hearing for 7 days, he attained Gopi Bhav. And he went to the abode of Lord, Nitya Goloka Vrindavana Dham, attained the position of maid servant of Srimati Radhika, Radha Kinkarika Bhav. Applause. So, he became, which position? Kinkari means servant of Srimati Radhika, maid servant of Sri Radha. So higher than Vaikuntha is Ayodhya, higher than Ayodhya is Dvaraka, higher than Dvaraka is Mathura, higher than Mathura is Golok, higher than Golok is Vrindavan, and higher than Vrindavan, like Vrindavana is the topmost inner part of the spiritual world, just like the center of the flower of the spiritual world, where the pastimes of Krishna and his dear Srimati Radhika take place. Vrindavana.
ऐसे सुंदर जो दिव्य वृंदावन धाम
It's a divine and transcendental place.
दिव्य वृंदावन कल्पद्रुम कल्पवृक्ष उस कल्पवृक्ष के नीचे स्वयं कृष्ण
Under
त्रिभंग
this Kalpa Vriksha, under this desire tree, Krishna plays the flutes, and he's there with all his sakhis.
और ऐसे सुंदर रत्न सिंहासन
And there's a beautiful Ratna Sinhasana, a beautiful jeweled divine throne.
श्री राधा सुंदर गोविंद देव
Where Radha and Krishna, they sit, and they are attended by the sakhis.
ऐसे सुंदर दिव्य वृंदावन धाम में
Vrindavan is so beautiful and transcendental. Parikshit Maharaj went there.
गोपी की भाव गोपी रूप प्राप्त करके
He attained Gopi Bhav, and he's serving there.
और देखो इसी को साक्षात ब्रह्मा जी ने
Brahma had darshan directly of this,
ब्रह्मा जी विचार
and then Brahma thought,
ये श्रीमद् भागवत
wow,
कितने
how Srimad Bhagavatam is
अमूल्य ग्रंथ है
priceless book.
इसलिए ब्रह्मा जी ने एक तराजू लेकर
So Lord Brahma came with a scale, like old kind of scale, balancing scale. So in one side of the scale, he put Srimad Bhagavatam. He put the Bhagavatam in one side of the scale. Only the Srimad Bhagavatam. With the 12 cantos, so it's 12 cantos.
और उसी तराजू में
On the other side,
17 पुराण को रखा
he put all the, how many Puranas? He put the 17 Puranas. And then he saw
भागवत जिस तराजू
that the side in which the Bhagavatam was
क्या हो
in
गया है भारी पड़ गया
was hot,
भारी होता है जो नीचे की तरफ आ जाता है
was very heavy. That's why it was going down. That what is heavy goes down, what is light goes up in those kinds of scales. Like for example, those who are hearing Harikatha, you're very heavy. So that's why you're sitting on the floor. You're sitting on the floor. Why are you sitting? On the floor. I'm very light. That's why I'm sitting on this platform here. So those who sit on the floor, Jamin, they're called Jamindar, which also means landlord in Hindi. So all of you are like landlords. You're very great personalities. Those who sit on the platform, they're also called Chowkidar. Chowkidar in Hindi also means security guard. So also, there's also making another joke with like the chairman. Who sit on a chair are chairman. Like politicians are also dressed as chairman. Anyway, who is highest? Jamindar, which means also landlord. Those who sit on the floor. Or Chowkidar, it means sitting on a wooden platform, which also means security guard. So he's saying, who is higher? Gurudev is saying, who is higher is Jamindar, landlord, which means the one who is sitting also on the floor, which means the listeners of the Bhagavatam. So all of you are higher. Jamindar means someone who possesses very great wealth. Parikshit Maharaj had Harikatha. Where was he sitting on? He was sitting on the floor. Have you seen the photo? You know, the image. So the listener was Parikshit Maharaj, who was sitting on the floor, and Shukadev Goswami was sitting on the platform. So it's not because someone is sitting up is higher than those who are sitting down. No. You can sit whatever is easy and comfortable for you. So if you sit on a chair, you need to sit in a chair, you have back pain or pain in your joints or in your hips. It's okay, sit on a chair. You cannot sit with crossed legs. You cannot sit with crossed legs. So sit on a chair, no problem. That's also very... You're also my very respectful guests. Even if you're sitting on a chair, my Dandavat Pranams to all of you. And those who are sitting on the floor, my Dandavat Pranams also to you. What I want to say is that Wherever you sitting, it doesn't matter, just hear Harikatha. So Shastra describes.
छोटा बड़ा नहीं है, जो भजन करता है वो श्रेष्ठ है।
The main thing is those who do bhajan, they are higher.
ठीक से बोलते
If you are hearing Harikatha properly, if you speaking Harikatha properly, then you are highest.
वजह से ही बोला
Those who do bhajan, they are higher than others.
कृष्ण भजन है नहीं,
Actually, for Krishna bhajan, in consideration of Krishna bhajan, actually, jati means caste. Also,
जो भजन करता
your
है
family, it doesn't matter. What matters is how much Harikatha you hear and how much bhajan you do. Then you're higher.
के द्वारा परीक्षित महाराज प्राप्ति करते हैं भगवान।
So by hearing Harikatha, Parikshit Maharaj attained Bhagavan. And Shukadev Goswami Vyasaki, he attained Bhagavan by speaking Harikatha.
स्मरण है प्रहलाद महाराज। प्रहलाद महाराज भगवान की कैसे प्राप्ति की?
How did Prahlad Maharaj attain Bhagavan? By remembering
स्मरणम पाद सेवनम लक्ष्मी देवी उदाहरण के श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण पाद सेवन
Lakshmi Devi by serving the lotus feet of Lord.
विष्णु महाराज
Archane Spirita Maharaj,
अपूर्ण
Vandane prayers was Akrur,
वंदने
Akrura Bandane.
है और तात्से कविपति हनुमान
Dasya was Hanuman, by servitorship was Hanuman.
और सख्य अर्जुन
By friendship, Sakya means Arjun, attained Bhagavan by friendship.
और आत्मनिवेदने
Atmanivedana was Bali Maharaj,
बलि महाराज
surrendering himself completely.
अपने को कैसे अपने
He surrendered himself to
इसलिए
Vamanadev.
कहा गया नौविधा भक्ति
So this is called Navada Bhakti, Navida Bhakti, Navavida Bhakti, 9 names of devotion service.
भागवत की
So coming to the Katha, Bhagavad Katha is so sweet.
इस कथा को श्रद्धा से
If you hear with faith, you should hear with faith. You should hear with faith.
अनेकों है पुराण
There are many glories of the Bhagavad Katha described in the Puranas. Many.
केवल भागवत की महिमा अनेकों पुराण में है
There are so many glories of the Bhagavad described in the Puranas. Many Puranas. Because all of the Puranas, they're actually
महिमा का
describing the glories of the Srimad
कोई
Bhagavatam.
अपने अपने के महिमा कहते कोई मैं सबसे बड़ा
Does anyone say their own glory? For example, oh, I'm the best, I'm very rich. No one says their own glories.
बड़ा नहीं था
Nobody likes praise themselves like this. So that's why actually the other Puranas, they describe the glories of the Srimad Bhagavatam. They express the glories of the Srimad Bhagavatam.
के साथ सुनिए
So hear Harikatha now.
क्योंकि भागवत के गरिमा महिमा श्रवण करने पर
If you hear the glories of the Bhagavatam,
श्रद्धा बढ़ती।
you will have more faith towards
जैसे यहाँ
Bhagavatam.
पर कोई व्यक्ति बैठे
Example, someone is here sitting with
हम
us
उसे जानते नहीं
and we don't know that
हो
person.
सकता है
Maybe
वो व्यक्ति
that person
बहुत
is very
पदस्थ
like high, very high, like an officer, or like has a high post, but you don't know.
किंतु जब कोई व्यक्ति उस व्यक्ति की महिमा बोले
But if someone tells you the glory of that person, or praising that person,
उनके प्रति
then you'll feel more
श्रद्धा
with faith, more honor to that for that person, isn't it?
आप जानते हैं ये व्यक्ति मिनिस्टर
Example, you don't know if that person is a minister or prime minister, or
किंतु जब कोई व्यक्ति उसकी महिमा को गरिमा को प्रकाश
but if someone is describing the glories of that
उनके
person,
प्रति हमारी क्या होता है
praising that person,
और भी श्रद्धा
then your faith becomes even stronger in that person.
इसी प्रकार पद्म पुराण और
So in the same way, in the Bhagavad, in the other Puranas,
की महिमा तथा श्रवण की फल क्या है
other Puranas describe the glories of hearing Bhagavad Katha.
इससे अनेकों कथाएं मैं भी कथाओं का
There are many kathas, and I'll tell you some.
प्राचीन काल में
So in the early times, early days,
श्रीमद् भागवत ये श्री भारतवर्ष
in India, Bharatavarsha,
इस भारतवर्ष के कहा जाता है पुण्य भूमि कहा जाता है
Bharatavarsha, India is called Punya Bhumi, the land of piety, and Rishi Bhumi, the land of the rishis.
ऋषि भूमि तपोभूमि
Tapabhumi, the land of austerity. This is other names of India.
कहते हैं भारत माता की
Mother India ki jai, loudly.
इस श्रीमद् भागवत में भारतवर्ष की बहुत महिमा
So many glories of Srimad Bhagavatam describes so many glories of India, of the India continent. It's not me who I'm saying, but the Bhagavad describes the glories of India. It's not easy to take birth in India. Actually, after many punya, pious deeds from many births, then finally you take birth in India. Loudly, applause, please.
यहाँ पर राम कृष्ण की
The place where Rama and Krishna perform their pastimes.
भगवान रामचंद्र कहाँ प्रकट हुए
Lord Rama appeared where?
अयोध्या में
In Ayodhya.
भगवान कृष्णचंद्र कहाँ प्रकट हुए?
And Krishna
बोलो, वृंदावन में।
appeared in Vrindavan in Gokul.
गोकुल में जन्म लिया
He took birth in Gokul.
और मथुरा में प्रकट हुआ।
And he appeared in Mathura, but he took birth in Gokul.
इसी कथा कृष्ण के लीला बलाम भूमि हाथ वर्षा।
So Bharata Varsha is the place of the pastimes of Lord. So beautiful, so beautiful.
इसे भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर लिखते हैं,
Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote,
कि भारत भूमि सर्वत्र।
Bharata Bhumi is the topmost place. India is the topmost place. Bharat. Bha means Prakash, manifestation, light. All the pastimes of Lord appeared here, manifested here. Bharat, name of India in Hindi. Ra means Rati, topmost love appears here. So many glories of Bharata Bhumi of India. That's why people of the whole world, they want to come to India. They spend billions of rupees to be able to come to India. Don't they? Don't they? Look, look. How many people here from many countries here? Look. Some came from England, some from United States, some from Brazil, some from Russia also, and from Holland also, France, Germany, from Lithuania. At least 100 different countries. Representatives are here. People from 100 different countries. People from 100 different countries are here. So, devotees from 100 different countries are here. They arrived here.
किसलिए आए?
Why have they come?
भारत भूमि की ये माधुर्य के दर्शन करने,
To see the sweetness of India,
कृष्ण के लीला बलाम भूमि दर्शन करने।
to see the pastime places of Krishna, and they are doing pranam to the dust of this place. Do you understand?
आज से बहुत साल पहले
Many years ago,
लीला प्रचुर
Nitila Pravista Om Vishnupada Asutara Shata Swami Maharaj,
जब विदेश में प्रचार किया,
he preached in the Western countries, and for the first time when he came back
दिल्ली
to India, and he came to the Delhi airport, and he came with
विमान से जब
when he came out of his of the aircraft, he disembarked,
करीब कुछ
and there were some devotees, Western devotees, with him.
देखने में इतने सुंदर सब लाल कपड़े वाले,
They were very beautiful. They're all wearing saffron clothes.
और देखो विमान से उतर करके
So when they came out of the airplane, they fell on the ground doing pranam,
इस प्रकार में
and all the reporters, so many journalists, they took a photo of that moment,
और उनकी भी इंटरव्यू लिया।
and they also interviewed them, asking,
धनी देश अमेरिका
"You
से
come from
आए,
very rich countries, like for example America.
तो आप भारतवर्ष के लिए प्रणाम क्यों कर रहे हैं?
Why are you doing pranam to Bharata Varsha to India?"
उत्तर दिया,
And they gave a beautiful answer.
हम इसलिए उत्तर दिए, गुरुदेव के मुखार से
They said, "We heard from the lotus mouth of our Guru, we heard
भारत
that
भूमि
India,
राज कणा जो है,
even the dust of India, is transcendental." What is it?
चिन्मय,
Transcendental.
ट्रांसजेंडर।
Transcendental.
कोई चिंता नहीं करने में इंद्रियों प्रीतम। देखो,
The dust of India is transcendental. So all the Western devotees, they did Sashtanga Pranam, Dandavat Pranam on the floor in the airport,
जी उन्होंने अनुभव किया,
because they realized,
गुरुदेव की कथा श्रवण किया।
they heard the Katha of Gurudev.
ये भारत
So I'm saying, India is not an ordinary place.
कितने कितने
How many
मुनि लोग
rishis and munis,
यहाँ पर प्रकट हुए।
they manifested here.
और समस्त भगवान के जितने अवतार,
All the avatars of Bhagavan also,
सारे कृष्ण के अवतार कहाँ
all the
पर
avatars
प्रकट
of Krishna appeared where?
हुए? भारत
In India, Bharata Bhumi.
ऐसे सुंदर दिव्य।
Such a beautiful and divine place, India, in Bharata
हम
Bhumi.
लोग भारत में जन्म लेकर के
We took birth in India,
अपने भारत
but
की महिमा
we don't know the glories of India. We cannot understand the glories of our own country.
दुख की बात है।
It's a very sad. It's very sad.
दुख की बात क्या है?
It's very sad.
भारत में
Why?
जन्म लेकर
Because we are Indians,
अपने भारत
but
की महिमा
we don't know the glory of our own country. So this is a matter of sadness. But these people coming from very far countries,
कैसे प्रणाम
and they're doing pranam to the dust of India, speck of dust. You see, look, all of these Westerners, they have tilak on their forehead. Tell yes or no. Hanji, tell loudly. Yes, sir. They're wearing tilak or not? You can check. She came from Russia. Look, he came from Russia. He doesn't even speak the language. Look, how beautiful tilak he has on his forehead. So some male and female as well, both, all of them, you wearing tilak. Even they have choti, sika, the hair on the back. Also wearing dhoti. Back of the head, the hair. Choti, tulsi mala, kanti mala. Applause, loud. They also took initiation. Guru mantra, they chant mantra. They have initiation. They follow all the rules and regulations of the scriptures. You can interview them and they'll tell you themselves. They'll tell also what they do or not in their house. They have in their house beautiful deity. They wear tilak. They offer bhog 3 times a day to the deity. And they also take Mahaprasad daily. Also, there are devotees in China. There are devotees from China also that come here. Now they are coming less, the Chinese devotees. Anyway, thousands of people from many countries. India is such a place. It's the place of the sweet pastimes of Lord. Hear me out. If you touch the dust of this place, all your sins are destroyed. Even a great sinner, if they hear Bhagavata-saptaha, they get deliverance. Sudha Goswami told this katha to Shaunaka Rishi. So the Rishi is headed by Shaunaka Rishi. In the early days, many years ago, in the South India, next to the river called Tungabhadra, there was a very rich Brahmin. His name was Atmadev Brahmin. What was his name? Atmadev Brahmin. He had so much wealth. He was from a very aristocratic family. He had so much money. Atmadev Brahmin, every day, used to perform his Brahminical activities. Jojan, Jajan, Udyapan, Adyapan, the 6 activities of the Brahmins. But he was a bit stingy. Kanjush means stingy. He was very miser. So he used to live very simply. He had so much money. Actually, he was really rich. But he used to live on begging. He used to only beg alms to survive.
He maintained his life with begging from the house.
Maintain his life by begging from house to house. Because he was very miser. He wouldn't eat anything and also wouldn't feed anything to others. So many people, they do this. Some people, they don't eat nicely and also don't feed others nicely as well. Nice food. Some other people, they're different. They give to everyone. Give donation to everyone. He eats nicely and also feeds everyone very nicely as well. Generous. Just like our doctor who came here from the USA. From the US, doctor is here. Dr. Pandey is his name. He always feeds everyone very nicely. He gives so much donation to everyone as well. Prabhuji also came from Australia. Prakash Prabhuji. You can see. Gurudeva used to stay in his house. He used to feed everyone, taking care of everyone. So I'm telling you. There are also many other devotees also. If I take the name of each one, my Bhagavad-saptaha will be only praising all these devotees. So I just mentioned 1 or 2. And the devotees from Russia, they also made a big temple there. This Premananda Prabhuji who came. Applause for him. Loud applause. He came with his family. They made a huge temple in Russia. And they had a big dates of Gauranitananda Prabhu. So he used all his money for the service of the Thakurji. He lives in the Western countries, see? Living in the Western countries. But he also made a big temple and he used all his money in that temple. In our country also, like for example, Radha Kanti Didi, she's also doing in India. She's also using all her money in Bhuj, making a big temple in Bhuj as well. Applause, loudly. There are more examples, but I'm taking also a few names. If I didn't take your name, don't be upset. I'm just mentioning a few. So staying in the Western countries, but so generous. And those who are Indian are also, of course, generous as well. So for them, I also do my pranams. They are not stingy. But this Atmadeva Brahman of the story, he was really stingy, very miser. You know what is a miser person? He does not eat well and also doesn't feed others well. Like he doesn't spend money on himself and also not on others. In English, a proverb says, live and let live. It means you have to live and also let others live as well. It means eat and also feed others. This is good or not? Yes. Okay, eat less, but give more to others for others to eat. So, if you have money for 4 rotis, 4 chapatis, you eat one and the other 3 you share. But Atmadeva Brahman, he was really miser. So he wouldn't eat nicely and also wouldn't feed others. He was very miser. Only like earning money, like only like collecting money but not using. So when he was in old age, he was getting older now. He thought, oh, I have so much money, but I don't have kids. I don't have children. So after I die, my money, what will be the use of my money? He was thinking, what will be the use of my money? Then he thought, okay, I should give some donation. But his wife, name of his wife was Dunduli. What is her name? Dunduli. You understand what's the meaning of Dunduli? I mean, she's always creating problems, always creating quarreling and things like that. Chaos and quarrel, misunderstanding. The nature of his wife was so different, different from his. She always wanted to create problems and quarrels. So Atmadeva Brahman was thinking in his mind, after I die, my money will be misused. Maybe a dacoit will take, or maybe, like the government will take my money. So he was very upset. The scriptures describe, when do you get children? When? If you have pious deeds from previous lives. Punyaputra, Bhagavata. Listen carefully. Punyaputra, Bhagavata-saptaha. If you have been, if you have pious deeds from the previous life, then you're gonna get good children. If you have a good bhagya destiny, you're gonna get good wife. Listen carefully. Tape Raja means if you do a lot of austerities, you get the position of being the king. The scriptures describe. Actually, to be a king, you have to do austerities for many lives. Then you get the position of being a king.
राजा बनते
those who become king,
ऐसे बन गए
you think it's like that easy to become a king. No.
शास्त्र में लिखा है
Shastra
उन्हें
describes.
पुत्र भाग्य बाचा तपे बनाया। भगवान ने सबकी सृष्टि किया और सबकी तो समान किया।
Bhagavan created everyone.
बेटा धनी बन गया और एक बेटा
And then why one son, one child is rich and the other one is
ब्रह्म
poor?
बन गए।
Bankrupt and one is so rich. Why this difference?
जो पूर्व जन्म में कर्म किया।
According to the karma of previous lives.
एक के पास बहुत धन है।
Someone has a lot of money and another person doesn't have anything. Why?
जो पूर्व जन्म में कोई काम अच्छी काम नहीं।
Because one person didn't do good things in the previous life.
ये आप सोचिए अच्छी तरह से।
You should understand this
इस
very
जन्म में क्या
carefully.
करना चाहिए?
So what should you do in this life? What?
दीन दरिद्र के
You should
दरिद्र के क्या भोजन कराइए।
Give food to the poor people,
चिट्ठी के नहीं।
not to the ants. Some people give food to the ants.
चीनी ले
Take a little bit some sugar in a palm and throw
सुबह से 8 बजे तक सुबह
from
6
morning
से 8 बजे तक सारे
until 8 o'clock. They are feeding all the ants. Oh, I served so how many living entities because I served the ants, giving 1 grain of
अच्छी बात है।
sugar to each ant. Okay, that is okay, but you should feed people,
दरिद्र के या गरीब
like
के खिलाफ
poor people, for example. Feed the poor.
दान पुण्य आदि करो।
Give donation, charity. The scriptures describe that.
दान पुण्य आदि करना चाहिए।
You should give donation and charity.
करना चाहिए कि नहीं
You
चाहिए?
should or not?
इसलिए वो आत्मदेव ब्राह्मण विचार
So Atmadeva Brahmana was thinking.
नहीं किया।
Until that time, he hadn't done a donation, hadn't given donation. It's described in the Bhagavad Mahima.
काम नहीं हुआ।
Because he thought, okay, I won't have any children, so let me give some donation, charity. So he started giving charity, but
वृद्ध काल तो आ गए।
he was already old. He was already in the old age.
युवावस्था ढल गया।
So he already had spent his youth.
आप ये विचार करने लगे।
So now he was thinking what to do.
एक दिन
One day,
एक तालाब के पास बैठ करके
he was sitting next to a pond,
करके रो रहे
and he was crying a lot, like
तालाब में थोड़ा पानी पी लिया
desperate,
प्यास।
crying and crying. He drank some water of the pond. He was thirsty. By the desire of Lord, a great sannyasi Thakur, a sadhu appeared, a saint, a sannyasi appeared in front of him.
देख करके
Seeing the sannyasi, Atmadev Brahmin,
उनके चरण पकड़ करके
caught hold of the feet of sadhu and started crying. Sannyasi Thakur said,
हे ब्राह्मण
"Hey Brahmin, Brahmanadev, why are you crying? Why?"
सारे जीवन के इतिहास
And then he told his life history. He told his life history. He said, "I have a lot of money, but I don't have children. I don't have any children." I'm telling him brief.
यदि महाराज कहने लगे
Jyoti Maharaj means the sadhu.
संत महात्मा
So, sorry, the
कोई मुझे
Brahmana told the sadhu, "Please tell me what I can do to get children, to bear children.
मुझे कोई संतान प्राप्ति हो
Tell me something I can do to get children."
महात्मा उसको समझाने लगे बेटा
And the saint said, "Oh,
एक काम कर भगवान के भजन कर
you should do bhajan of Bhagavan.
किंतु देखो
But
जिसके तन मन विषय में लग
if that
जाता
person
है
has their mind completely
समझा वो समझेगा
absorbed in the sense gratification, if you explain 1,000 times, the person will never understand."
वो रोते रोते संत महात्मा के चरण पकड़
So he was crying, crying, holding the feet of the saint, saying, "Please be merciful, be merciful. I want to get children, I want to have children, I want to have a son."
उस समय जति महाराज सन्यासी ठाकुर
Then the saint told, the sadhu said,
सप्तावधि
for
सप्त
7
जन्म
lives, for 7 lives,
बोले 4 जन्म तक तुम्हारी संतान
for 7 lives you won't be able to have any children.
संभावना नहीं है एक जन्म की बात छोड़ दीजिए कितने जन्म 7 जन्म
For
तक
7 lives, for 7 lives, 7 lives you won't be able to have any children.
ये तो ये जन्म में गड़बड़ी उनको अभी क्या कर दिया 7 जन्म तक
7 lives, let's speak of this life, for 7 lives.
ऐसे भी पुण्य कर्म नहीं
You don't have punya karma to have children in 7 lives.
तुम्हें पुत्र संतान नहीं हुआ। कितने जन्म जोर से बोलो
How many lives? 7. 7 lives.
You cannot get any
You cannot get any children for 7 lives.
देखो वो तो और भी रोने लगे महाराज
And he started crying even more.
जो है
He started crying even more.
और भी संत महात्मा के चरण पकड़ के रोने लगे
And he held the feet of that saint, of that sadhu, and said, "Maharaj, you are saint. You please do something, do something."
उनके ऐसे रोना देख करके
Seeing his piteous cry, crying so much, the saint said, okay, do
तो
one
मैं
thing.
एक फल देता हूँ
I'll give you a
क्या
fruit.
देता हूँ?
What will I give you?
फल
A fruit.
फल कोई दिया नहीं भागवत में।
So somebody offered here a fruit. No one offered the fruit in the Bhagavatam here.
भागवत में चढ़ाने चाहिए
You
ना।
should offer fruits to the Bhagavatam.
हैं?
You should offer
अरे
fruits to the
भागवत में फल
Bhagavatam.
चढ़ाना चाहिए।
We should
हमें
offer
नहीं
fruits to the
चाहिए।
Bhagavatam.
भागवत में रखो।
You should offer put fruits on the top of the Bhagavatam. This is a rule of the Shastra. It's not I that want the fruit. It's you have to do that.
तब तो फल प्राप्ति होगा
Then
ना।
you're gonna thank fruits. You offer fruits and you're gonna thank fruits by hearing Bhagavad Gita.
फल चढ़ा भागवत में।
You offer fruit to the Bhagavatam, everybody. Because if you offer the fruit, you're gonna get fruits from the Bhagavatam. Do you understand what I said?
एक एक फल चढ़ा दो, एक एप्पल चढ़ा दो, एक
Everybody
केला
offer
चढ़ा दो,
one
एक
fruit.
चढ़ा दो।
One orange, one apple, one banana, anything.
चढ़ाना चाहिए।
You should offer.
कथा सुनने के लिए आते हो ना, मैं
You come to hear Hari Katha,
बता दूं, खाली हाथ में
so
मत
never
आए करो।
come with empty hands, never,
Do
ever.
not come empty-handed.
You should not come empty-handed.
You have to come, you have to bring
You have to bring something to
about Krishna.
offer to Krishna here.
Patra pushpam phalam toyam.
A flower,
Jo me
leaf,
bhakta
anything offer with devotion. In the Gita, Bhagavan says,
एक फल कुछ भी दे दो भगवान
anything
को,
if you bring,
मैं तुम्हारे झोला भर करके दे दूंगा।
if you give a little bit to Bhagavan, God will give you so much in reward. This is the word of the Gita. Patra, for example, Advaita Acharya only offered a tulsi leaf to Lord.
स्वयं भगवान कृष्ण
And you see, Swayam Bhagavan Shri
के
Krishna
रूप में प्रकट हुए।
appeared as Mahaprabhu, wasn't it?
पुष्पम
And Pushpa, who offered Pushpa? Flowers. Tell loudly.
गजेंद्र भागवत में कथा गजेंद्र
Gajendra. Scriptures describe Gajendra Mokshan Lila.
मरने के लिए जा रहे हैं, डूब गए उनके थोड़ा सा
Gajendra was about to die, but then with his trunk,
बचा हुआ था।
his trunk was only a little bit out of the water. By the desire of Lord, there was a lotus flower came, and then Gajendra took the lotus flower and offered Dam Pushpam Tubhyam Namaha.
भगवान प्रकट हुए।
And then Swayam Bhagavan appeared in front of him,
उनके पीठ पर आ गए। आकर के इस पुष्प को
riding Garuda, and Bhagavan accepted that
और
flower.
गजेंद्र की भी उद्धार कर लिए।
And Gajendra was
राम
delivered.
जाने की भी उनसे उनको मारा और गजेंद्र
First,
को
Bhagavan killed the crocodile, and then after delivered Gajendra.
इसमें भी रहस्य भी है। भगवान किस
There's a secret behind this. Bhagavan gives liberation to whom? First to the crocodile. Bhagavan first delivered the crocodile. Why? Because the crocodile was holding the feet of Gajendra. So if someone holds the feet of the Vaishnavas, Bhagavan says, well, Vaishnavas are already mine, of course. So I have to deliver those who take shelter of the Vaishnavas. Gajendra Mokshan Leela, also I can tell you this story later on. This pastime is so beautiful. So someone can also offer some water, jal. So I'm not saying you have to buy, but you can offer, for example, tulsi leaf, water of the Ganges. Okay, coming to the Harikatha. So the sannyasi, Bharati Maharaj, the saint, gave a fruit. He told a mantra and gave a fruit. Because the saints, they have this power, they achieve perfection in the mantra. So he, just like a fruit like this. So now the fruit came also. You see, look, in my hand, the fruit. So he took the fruit, chanted the mantra, and gave to the Atmadev Brahman and said, give this fruit to your wife. Feed this fruit to your wife. And she'll get pregnant of a beautiful religious son. So if you take the fruit from the hand of a saint, you're going to get so many things. But if you take something from the hand of someone who is not a saint, for example, if you take a fruit from someone who is a not devotee, you get the opposite result. Did you understand? I'm not lying. You should take fruits from the hands of a saint. If you take with faith, whatever desire you have will be fulfilled. If you have pure desire, for example, somebody wants to get pregnant, to have children, and you take the fruit, then you get results. Everything depends on your faith. Or your faith. Anyway, so the sannyasi, the sadhu, chanted the mantra and gave a fruit to the Atmadeva Brahmin and told, give this to your wife. So for 7 lives he wasn't supposed to have children, but with the fruit of the power of his tapasya, the sadhu was able to bring that fruit that was going to happen only after 7 births. He was able to bring that fruit now, means the fruit of having children. So Atmadev Brahmin brought that fruit and gave to his wife. His wife's name was Dunduli, means because she was always creating trouble. So this is her name, Dunduli. Externally she was actually a pretty woman. She was actually very attractive, but she was like always quarrelsome, always arguing and quarreling. Anyway, he gave the fruit to her and told, if you take this fruit, you're gonna get pregnant. And she started thinking in her mind, nobody gets pregnant by eating a fruit. Every day so many people eat fruits. Monkeys also eat fruits and they don't get pregnant. No. My husband is like falling in the talk of any crazy babaji or something, like brainwashed by a babaji, and then he's saying this. No one gets pregnant by eating fruits. Every day so many people eat fruits and no one gets pregnant like this. But then after she was thinking, like two kind of minds. Oh no, but maybe the saint is really bona fide. So if I really get pregnant by eating this fruit, I'm gonna get pregnant. I'll get pregnant. Then I won't be able to eat the delicious foods I want to eat. I won't be able to sleep nicely because I'll be pregnant. Maybe if some dacoit or some criminal come in my house and breaks into my house, I won't be able to run away. So Dunduli was thinking all like these worries. Not only that, she also thought in her mind like this. What about if the baby is upside down? And in the time of the birth, labor, like I will die and the baby will die, like with some problem in the labor, then I can die in labor and the baby also die. So she was thinking all these worries, and then at that time a sister, like a relative, far related relative, came in her house and they spoke, and then she told this relative, I don't want to eat this fruit, I don't know what to do. And then she said, look, actually I am pregnant. Her relative said, I am pregnant, so just give me some money. When I give birth to my baby, in the middle of the night, I will give this baby to you. And in your case, you just pretend to be pregnant. When people ask, you say that you're pregnant, but it's just a show, okay? It's fake. And this fruit that your husband gave, you give to the cow. Give to the cow to eat. So Dunduli gave that fruit to the cow. But that fruit was given by a saint who chanted the mantra in that fruit. So the cow ate it. So yes, when when her sister, this far related sister, gave birth, in the middle of the night, the baby came to Dunduli. And the cow also, in the same night, that cow also had a baby at the same time. But how was the baby of the cow? It was just like a human being. But the 2 ears like a cow. That's why the Atmadeva Brahmin, the name of that son is Gokarna. You understand Gokarna? Say Haji, yes, I understand. Gokarna, because the ears of that child was like a cow ear. Gokarna. Go means cow, Karna ears. And the name of the Dunduli's son, they gave the name Dundukari, matching the mother's name. It's like, that child is just like his mother. So, Dundukari.
एक ही साथ में बड़े होने लगे।
So they took children and started growing up together. But their nature was so different, completely different.
गोकर्ण गाय जी के बच्चा हुई देखो
Gokarna, which was the child of the cow, was so religious, very religious.
विद्या आदि सारे अभ्यास कर लिया।
And he, actually very quickly, he learned all the scriptures, Vedas, Purana, Upanishads, everything. He had the nature of a Brahmin, always speaking the truth, always pure. He had all the qualities of a Brahmin. Gokarna had everything, all the good qualities. He was always doing welfare for other people. But Dundukari, he was so evil, very evil. So even in the school, when he was a kid, he used to like stab the other kids, stealing things in schools, stabbing, like hitting the kids. Very early age, he started drinking alcohol, lying, doing stupid nonsense completely, doing things with the girls here and there. All the bad things he started from an early age. Coming at night, beating up his father. Father, give me money. Give me money. Where is money? Beating his father every day, beating his father for money. And if the father wouldn't give money, he would just beat up his father, his own father, hitting his father. And then Atmadeva Brahman told, "Oh, my son," told to Gokarna, "What should I do?" Atmadeva told Gokarna. Gokarna gave a beautiful instruction to his father. He said, "Oh, my father, see, oh, my father, give up this illusion of this material existence, of this family. Oh, my father, there's no essence in this material existence, no essence in the family life. Asaru kolo samsara. Certainly, kolo means certainly. There's only suffering and illusion. There's nothing in this family life. Give up everything, oh my father, give up everything. Go to the forest and do Bhagavat Bhajan, oh my father. You have to get this realization in your life." Atmadeva Brahman thought in his mind, that's true. So Atmadeva Brahman, what he did, he gave up everything. He went to the forest and started to do bhajan. And then Dundukari told his mother, "Okay, father left the house. Where is the money of our father?" And he also started beating his own mother. "Give me money, give me the money." Beating so much his own mother, beating so much her. So he was beating his mother up. Then she also understood, like regretting, "Oh my God, what did I do in my life?" And then Dunduli, she killed herself. And then Gokarna saw that his family life was just like a hellish life. His father had left. Dunduli, his own mother, also gave up her body. And his brother was such an evil person. So Gokarna left everything and he started doing Tirtha Yatra, going to pilgrimage places, doing bhajan like this. So now Dundukari, he kept 5 whores in his life, in 5 prostitutes in his house, not only one. 5 women he was keeping in his house. Very, very low person. Drinking, stealing, doing all these things. Like spoiling all the wealth of his father. Misusing. Drinking, stealing. So all the terrible sins and crimes. One day, Dundukari, he stole money from the king's treasure, and he showed the prostitutes, look, this very, very priceless, like jewels and like money I got today, very, very special. And then the prostitutes thought, "Oh, tomorrow morning the king's son will come
हम लोग भी मंदिर
they're gonna arrest us. We'll be arrested
रात्रि काल में
because the king people will find out. So the 5 prostitutes, they made a plan. If there's no flute, if there's no bamboo, no one will play the flutes. They were thinking. So the prostitutes, they thought, okay, let's just bind Dundukari's hands and feet. Let's bind him. And Dundukari was drunk, completely drunk, like almost fainted. Those who drink too much, that's their condition. So that's why Shastra describes you shouldn't drink. You destroy yourself, you destroy your family, you destroy the society if you drink. To the 5 prostitutes, they bound the feet and hands of Dundukari, bound him, and then started hitting him. And they put a cloth on his around his mouth so that he wouldn't scream. Still, he wouldn't die. In the end, they took a torch with fire, like a wooden fire, wood with fire, and they put this torch inside his mouth. And then they took his dead body, now he died, and then they put in a well that was in the house property, and they put him inside the well. And then they took a big stone and then covered that well. So the 5 prostitutes, they took all this valuable wealth that they had stolen and disappeared in the middle of the night. So Dundukari didn't even know how he died. No one in the village also knew what happened. Nothing. So because he died in this tragic way, he took birth as a pret, means a ghost, terrible ghost body, because of this untimely death. Scriptures describe if you do terrible sins, that's your consequence. Take birth as a ghost. Shastra describes many kinds of sins: papi, mahapapi, mahapapi, many divisions of the sins. Dundukari was very evil, and he took birth as a ghost, pret, this kind of ghost. So he started haunting people of the villagers. So in the evening time, if someone was coming, he would come next to this person in the shape of a fire, huge fire, the ghost, and would appear in the shape of fire and haunting, making people fearful, and ha ha ha, like this, making these noises to disturb people. Sometimes you'd throw stones and bricks in people's houses. So what happened? All the villagers left that village. So the village became like a desert. Only 1 or 2 persons, very far. All the villagers, they left. Because the whole village was haunted by the ghost, Dundukari. Gokarna, his brother, he was going for pilgrimage, right, in different places. And then after he thought, there's long time since I have seen my house. So when he came back to his house, he asked the villagers about his brother, because he couldn't find anyone. Where's my brother? Oh, no one knew about his brother. He's alive, dead. No one knew. Anyway, Gokarna came to his old house and he slept on a bed. And during the night, his bed started shaking suddenly. And sometimes also he would hear a terrible sound, very loud sound. And then Gokarna realized someone was there. Gokarna said, Who are you? Hey, appear in front of me. The saints who do bhajan. Ghosts can come in front of them for 2 reasons. One, they want deliverance. The ghost comes because they want deliverance. That's why they come to the saints sometimes. And the ghost himself will tell how to be delivered, how he's going to get deliverance. Anyway, Gokarna said, Who are you? Who are you? And then this ghost told Gokarna, my brother, I am your brother, Dundukari. I died in this tragic way. So that's why I took birth as a ghost. Please deliver me, oh my brother. Gokarna said, okay, I'll deliver you. So Gokarna went in all the pilgrimage places, took the water of all the pure rivers. Bhagavata describes all the pure rivers and pilgrimage places. Gokarna did Pindadan for his brother in all these places. Pindadan means offering oblations. But still, no result came from that. If you say, if you do Pinda in these tirthas, pilgrimage places, the person will be delivered. But it's only for normal sins. If someone is a terrible sinner, then Pindadan will not be able to deliver the person. Some people want to argue about that. Oh, I didn't do the oblation, the Pindadan in my father's name, that's why he wasn't delivered. No. It's because, Shastra describes, if those who are terrible sinners, they don't get delivered only by Pindadan. No. So Gokarna started thinking, how can my brother be delivered? How can he be delivered? So he sat in meditation, and Suryadeva, who? The sun god, appeared to Gokarna and told Gokarna and told him, hey Gokarna, listen to me. Your brother, Dindukari, I'll tell you how he will be delivered. You have to do one thing. You have to give Bhagavad-Gata for 7 days for him. Bhagavad-Gata for 7 days. Receiving this instruction of Suryadeva, Gokarna called all the villagers, and then they prepared the beautiful Vyasasana. They put the Bhagavatam in front of him. They did all the pujas according to the rules and regulations. Also, they took a bamboo stick with 7 knots. Bamboo stick with 7 knots. 7 knots bamboo stick. They established. And they called his brother. And they started also. So Gokarna started speaking Bhagavad-Gata. Every day the Kata was finished, 1 knot of the bamboo was bursting. 7 days passed. After 7 days, the 7 knots of the bamboo were burst, exploded. And then, immediately in front of everyone, the Dundukari appeared in the form of a demigod, divine body, And then he did pranam, parikrama around his brother. And directly, a chariot came from Vaikuntha. A transcendental chariot came from Vaikuntha. Everybody saw this. Everybody saw in the last day of the Bhagavata this happened. Everyone was amazed. And then he sat on this chariot and went to the abode of Lord. Although the listeners, they said, oh, we also heard the Bhagavad-Gata, and your brother also. A chariot came for your brother, but not for us. Nothing came for us. Why? At that time, Gokarna gave a beautiful answer. He said, you heard, but you haven't remembered. After hearing the Katha, you have to remember whatever you heard. You have to think about it. The fruit comes if you remember. The fruit doesn't only come only if you hear Harikatha. You have to think about it. Example, now you heard Harikatha today, okay? You heard it? So later on you have to remember again what you heard. Like Parikshit Maharaj, after hearing Harikatha for 7 days, he attained Gopi Bhava and went to Goloka Vrindavan. You have to remember this Katha. You have to remember and think about all this. It's not enough to hear, you have to think about all these things. While you're hearing, you should also remember. After also hearing, you have to remember. Then everyone said, okay, do it again. Bhagavata one more time. So Gokarna did it one more time, Bhagavad Katha. All the listeners, they sat down and they heard very nicely. After hearing, all of them went to the abode of Lord. So my humble request to all of you, to all the listeners, please hear with faith. Hear one pointedly, with concentration. Today you hear, tomorrow not here. No, you have to hear every day. For how many days? 7 days. For 7 days, don't do anything else. Don't need to do anything. Come here and sit down. That's it. Don't worry about prasadam. Don't worry about prasadam. Our Harikanta Prabhu is very generous. He's very generous. He arranged prasada for everyone. Tell loudly, yes or no? Yes, he has arranged. Where is Harikanta Prabhu? Please come here. He arranged very delicious prasad for everyone. And also Harikatha, Harikirtan he's arranging. It's very, very nice. That's why all these people came from all the countries. I called people from all the countries. And you see, if you count all these countries, you see they are from many, many different places. Not only from India. There are people from 100 different countries here to hear Harikatha. 100 different countries. If you write and count, in Dvaraka, 7 days Bhagavata-saptaha. I just, like Gurudev was saying, I just invited like this 7 days Harikatha in Dvaraka, and people came from all the countries, isn't it? Panditji also came. He's a doctor. From Australia also. From all the countries. From all the countries. There are people from all the countries. So nice. So nice to hear Harikatha. But how you have to hear? How? With faith. Shraddha. With faith. So this is the glory of Srimad Bhagavat Katha. You have to hear Harikatha with faith. So I'll tell more Harikatha. We have to finish at 8, correct? So I don't want to take too much time. It's already 7:30. Let's do a short kirtan. And then after that, I'll speak for 30 minutes more. And then we'll finish the Harikatha. And from tomorrow, we'll start early, okay? We'll start early. From 4 p.m. we'll do Arati. 4:30 we'll start Harikatha tomorrow. So, please, my humble request is that all of you, very quickly you should come here tomorrow, like early, and sit down, okay? Early. If there's no listeners, then the speaker will speak to whom? So, Panditji, when I used to study Sanskrit, a Panditji used to tell us, in that country where there's only naked sadhus, Nanga sadhu, you know Nanga sadhu? Nanga sadhu, if that country has only Naga sadhus, what will be the use of a washerman? Because a washerman washes clothes, but if in that country there are only naked sadhus, no one wears clothing. Everyone goes naked, around naked. So what is the use of a washerman? What is the meaning of this? If there are no listeners, then the speaker will speak to whom? So you have come here, then I feel enthusiastic to speak, isn't it? Tell at least Hanji, yes sir. Hanji, tell loudly, Hanji. If it's no, then you just say Say loudly, Hanji, yes sir. Hear Harikatha with faith. Panditji came and did kirtan. So our doctor, very honorable doctor, came and he was here doing kirtan. Very nice. He did kirtan in Bengali, very nice. She also came from England. What's her name? Indira Devidasi. She did such a nice kirtan as well. Applause, loudly for them. Loud applause. Applause, loud. He came from Australia. The other kirtan left, no problem, but we can also sing that. This devotee is also from America, from Akhilesh ji also from India. Madhusudana Prabhu from America. Everybody enthusiastic to do kirtan, very nice. Kirtanakya Bhakti, Shastra describes Kirtanakya Bhakti. In Kali Yuga, main thing is kirtan. So if you hear nicely, you'll be able to do kirtan nicely. And if you do kirtan nicely, you'll be able to do smaran. So if you do kirtan 3 bhaktis, automatically you're doing. For example, you're hearing Harikatha. And if you're doing kirtan, your mouth is like your lips are touching, moving your lips. That's kirtan. And smarana, after that, you're also remembering whatever you're saying. So kirtan is the topmost because you're doing 3. Shravana, kirtan, and smarana at the same time. In Kali Yuga, Nama Sankirtan is the topmost. Topmost in Kali Yuga. Now I'll do a short kirtan, and after that, for 30 minutes, I will speak more. Then I'll do the Arati of the Bhagavatam.
थोड़ी समय के लिए आप लोग थोड़ा आसन ग्रहण कीजिए और 10-15 मिनट की रेस्ट कथा करके और आज कथा को विश्राम देंगे, क्योंकि आज पहली दिवस है, इसलिए थोड़ा प्रारंभ होने के देर यानी विलम्ब होने के नाते कथा की जो है सो थोड़ा कम हो गया रविवार के लिए, किंतु काल से हम जल्दी ही कथा जो प्रारंभ करेंगे और इस भागवत की कथा आगे हम बढ़ाएंगे। जिस कथा प्रसंग हम श्रवण कर रहे थे, देखो जिस कथा सुनने के लिए आप लोग इतने उत्कंठित होकर के बैठे हुए हैं,
this katha is very rare actually. Do you know? Even in the heaven, you cannot find these things. The katha we are hearing right now, to hear this Bhagavatam, this is very rare katha. When Sukritis, pious activities of lot of lifetimes, when they are collect and mature, then a person comes in front of Santa Mahatma and listen to the nectarian katha of Santa Mahatma. So all you are so fortunate, so patiently you all are sitting in the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev's shelter, and Radha Govinda is also here showering their mercy on us. This is God glories. So please give a round of applause for yourselves that you are sitting here, because this is true. This is very rare. I am not exaggerating. I am telling what's true, because this Bhagavad Katha is even very rare for the demigods. Sukdev Goswami Bhag, he explained to Parikshit Maharaj, look, the explanation is coming. That time, the king of heaven, Indra, came. The nectar of heaven, Swargamrit, is not ordinary. This nectar, to attain this, God has to take 4 incarnations. You know how many? 4. I am not saying in scripture it's it. Of heaven, Swargamrit, it's not ordinary. God had to take incarnations 4 times. First one is churning of the ocean. First, which incarnation he took? Tell me. The turtle incarnation. So where to put the mountain? In the middle of ocean. First he manifested even the mountain. Where to put the mountain? The mountain was sinking in the ocean. So God took incarnation of Kurma. Turtle incarnation. Kurma was there. So first Kurma avatar. Second, the mountain also itself was manifestation of God. And the churning, you need a rope or not to move such a big mountain. So who became that rope? God himself manifested form of Vasuki snake. Now how many? 3, right? The demigods and the demons, they were churning, and the nectar Amrit came, the liquid of immortality. First the poison came, everyone ran away. Then when nectar came, liquid of immortality came, then everyone was like, I want. Demon said, I want. Demigod said, we want. That time God himself was thinking, if the demons, they drink this liquid of immortality, the nectar, then the whole world will be full of demons. So God had to do what? To protect this and protect the world. He manifested which incarnation? Mohini incarnation. To protect the demons from that thing. So that's why I'm saying this. It's very rare. For this God had to take incarnation 4 times. And that pot, Indra came with that near Sukdev Goswami Pad, and he said, he brought that liquid of immortality, the king of heaven brought this and said, please give this to Parikshit Maharaj. He said, he will be free from the curse that he has received to be killed by the Takshak snake. So give this nectar to him, give this liquid of immortality, instead of, in return, you give us this nectar of Kathamrit. This Hari Katha you give to us and give this Amrit nectar to him. Sukdev Goswami Pad laughed after hearing this. He said, see, that even the demigods are craving for this. They are very cunning also, the demigods. They are coming for a very cheap exchange. If you do an exchange, it's an equal thing, right? So like in the barter system. Where Bhagavad Kathamritam is so high class, and this, the nectar of heaven, it's like a piece of broken glass. It's like they want to purchase a very, very expensive jewel with a piece of broken glass. They are comparing this nectar of heaven with this. See, in your house, if you break a piece of glass, there will be a tiny piece of glass broken, completely useless, right? So, this nectar of heaven, this liquid of immortality is compared to this. It has no value. So, this nectar of heaven is like this, and the Kathamrit, Bhagavad Katha, it is like a very, very rarest of the rarest jewels. Which one? It's like even more higher than the cost of money. Very, very rare. That is why this Bhagavad Katha is very, very rare. And the demigods are not even qualified for this. Only the qualified can be recited Bhagavad Katha actually. If someone takes the liquid of immortality of heaven, the nectar of Amrit of heaven, if someone drinks that, their sense gratification desires will increase in the heart. The evidences are there. Indra is also sometimes absorbed. Moon also took this, the moon demigod, all they took that. What happened? They got attracted to Gautam Rishi's wife, Ahilya. This katha is there, later I will tell. It's Bhagavad Kathamritam. If someone takes this, Achieva gets liberated and attains to the abode of God. And then they will attain to Golok Vrindavan. No need to come back to the material world. So what do you want? Bhagavad Kathamrita or not? Tava Kathamritam. This is Gopi Geet, Srimati Radhika herself. explaining the glories of Bhagavad-Katha. Krishna, your Katha is so nectarian. If this enters someone's ears, the ears are like a bowl that is filled with the nectar, and it's like we drink water, right? With our mouth. With the liquid, we take it from our mouth. But this Bhagavad Katha, how do you drink it? By your ears you drink this nectar. All your sins will be destroyed. You attain to Golo Vrindavan. This Katha is very, very rare. You have to drink it by your ears. How you will drink this nectar? By your ears. You can drink this nectar of Bhagavad. All your sins will be destroyed. Kalpasahapam. Everything will be destroyed. All Adhyatik, Admi, Devik, Adibautik, these three flames of Maya, all will be extinguished. Takathavanadam, Taptajivanam, Kaviritam, Sravanam Mangalam, and all auspiciousness comes. Whoever even who is organizing these kind of events, this is called the highest donor, the best donor. Someone is donating blankets. After 2 years, the blanket will be torn or not. Someone donating clothes. Okay. It's okay. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying don't do this. Someone donate food also. Feeding many people. Very good. But look, Bhagavad Katha, if you organize and donate it like this is unique and unparalleled. Why? Because when people hear this, they will be free from the ocean of material existence and they will attain to the word of God. Who is the best donor? Tell me. Who is donating this actually? Guru Padma. He's all credit goes to Guru Padma, not for us. Everything belongs to him. Whatever I heard from his mouth, that I am presenting in front of you as it is. I am not speaking anything by myself. All credit goes to Gurudev. That's why I put Gurudev picture here. First we worship to whom? First we worship to Guru. Did I put my picture here? No. Gurudev picture. Bhaktivedanta Swami Narayan Maharaj. Vaman Goswami Maharaj. All credit goes to Mashallah Gurudev. Here pictures you can see. The whole Guru Parampara picture is here, you can see. Who is speaking this Katha? Gurudev is speaking, because what he spoke, I am speaking the same. That's why in scriptures it is said, Chintamani Loku Sukham. Like if someone gets Chintamani, they can get anything they want in this material world. Like if one can get a gold touchstone, like whatever you touch turns to gold. You can get something like this. Chintamani Loku Sukham. You can get. In heaven, there are desire fulfilling trees. By that, you can attain many desires. You can fulfill many desires of self-certification. Things like this. If Gurudev is happy with someone, then the thing that is very rare for the highest of the yogis, even the highest things, they attain the Golok Vrindavan Prem. That's why the glories of Guru is so much. So all credit goes to whom? Srila Gurudev ki. So it's very important to have Nishtha towards Guru. Always remember, first worship to Guru, then worship to me. God has said this. God has saying, if Guru and Krishna are standing together at the same time, first you will worship to whom? To Guru first. First he is saying this. If you don't worship to Guru, if you worship to God first, then everything will be useless. So first when I started Katha, first I worship to Guru or not? First I did Guru Arti myself. Then Bhagavata-arati I did. Shri Guru Charana Padma. Did or not? Say yes or no. Say ha if yes and who if no. Who means you are like confused. Oh what? Say loudly. Yes. Haji. So first worship to Guru. Pratham to Guru Pujam. You can remember this. Every day wake up and glorify to Guru with this Guru Vashtakam. Very nice, beautiful Bhagavad Katha is there. The next Katha I will also start. The Srimad Bhagavad Katha happened in many places. But the three were the main distributions of Srimad Bhagavatam. The main were the three. One was between Shuka Parikshit, Shukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Shukadev Goswami Pada explained Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. The Srimad Bhagavatam, this is called Shuk Parikshit Sadbhat. The conversation between them happened on the banks of Ganga in Suktal. And this Vyasanarad Sanvad, the second primary one is this one. In Badrika Ashram on the banks of Saraswati River. And the Bhagavad Katha we are hearing right now, who is the speaker? Sutta Goswami Pad. And the speaker, Saunakadi Rishis. Sutta Goswami Pad is saying himself. When he explained to Parikshit Maharaj, I was there. Sutta Goswami Pad is saying. And as he heard, what I heard from Shukdev Goswami Pad, that same Katha I will tell to you all. So, Bhagavad Katha is coming like this. Shonakadi Rishis listened from Sutta Goswami Pad. The first chapter, first canto. This is explained also. But before that, by 3 shlokas, he did Mangalacharan. Very nice, beautiful. See, Mangalacharan, 3 types of Mangalacharan. One is to destroy all obstacles. Namaskar, Ashirvad, Vastu, Nirdesh. 3. Namaskar, first giving pranam. Then, 3 verses in the Bhagavatam also. In the first canto, first chapter, this Mangalacharan is there also. But Vyasadeva Goswami Pad, all the scriptures that he wrote apart from Bhagavatam, in all the scriptures, sometimes glorifying Ganesh ji to destroy all obstacles. Sometimes he's glorifying Ganesh, sometimes glorifying Shiv ji, somewhere glorifying Shiva. But in Srimad Bhagavat, listen very carefully. In Srimad Bhagavat, he did not glorify to any demigod. Directly, he established and clarified that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna, and he glorified to him. And he explained, Krishna Bhagavan Swayam. Listen very carefully. So in Mangalacharan, this Janmadasya slok is coming. Janmadasya jataha. Adiras it's called. All the rasas, all the moods, everything has manifested from the Shringar ras. There are 5 kinds of primary rasas and 7 types of secondary rasas. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. There are the 5 primary and the 7 secondary: Hasya, Adbhut, Karun, Veer, Vivatsa, Bhai, Rudra, all these 7 secondary rasas. So here it is said, all the rasas, everything manifested from the Shringar ras, the Madhurya mood, Janma Adi. One is like subtle perception and gross perspective, so different perspectives. One is like normal reason and special reason. One is Tattva perspective, another is Rasa perspective. Our Goswamis have given very beautiful commentaries on these things. One verse has many meanings. Every word, every letter has many meanings. Bhagavat is a manifestation of God Himself. It's very huge. It had many things. That's why it is said, Janma Adi Jasa. Janma Adi Jasa. Very nice slope. The creation, maintenance, destruction, everything. Creation, maintenance, destruction, everything. It's happening by desire of God. In this world, whatever you are seeing, it is manifested from God, and everything will be destroyed by God, and everything is maintained by God also. That's why Tattva Vichar is coming. Whatever you see in this world is coming from God. Everything is being nourished, maintained by God, and by the design of God, everything is destroyed also. Janma Adi Ras. Adi Ras means Shringar Ras, Madhurya Ras. And the source root of everything is who? The pleasure potency, Srimati Radhika, Radharani. Krishna himself is the ocean of design rasa, but yet he is giving rasa to all. By his flute, he is enchanting everyone.
सागर जंगम बन जाते हैं,
The immovable becomes movable, and the movable becomes immovable.
स्थिर हो जाते हैं और स्थिर
Moving
वाले
things become still, and the still things move.
देखोगे ये जो
The
बाल
power of his
विकास
flute.
प्रसाद विनिमय, बहुत सुंदर चीज है।
Very nice, beautiful subject this is.
भगवान अपने वंशित करने का
God with his flute, how he is enchanting the hearts of everyone.
स्थिति को अलग कर देंगे।
He is changing the nature of the thing. When Krishna played the flute, and after hearing the sound of Krishna in Vrindavan, the water of Yamuna, the Mansi Ganga's water became still. It's not flowing anymore. The water is flowing up to down, but down it's not moving. So then a whirlpool is coming. Whirlpool. Very nice.
विचार करने लगे ऐसे कृष्ण के सुंदर रूप और कृष्ण के ऐसे वंचित धन छोड़ कर काम काम
Such a beautiful form of Krishna.
जल भी चिन्मय है
Even the water is transcendental there. Even the dust particle of Vrindavan is so beautiful. The water of Vrindavan is transcendental. When the Brajavasis walk, and they have like very special way of walking, it's like a very beautiful dance. Samhita Brahmaji, four-headed Brahma, is glorifying like this. Even the houses in Braj, they are made by Chintamani, the desired fulfilling stones. All the trees of Vrindavan, they are called Kalpa Vriksha. Whatever you desire, instantly it will appear. All the trees are chanting Radhe Radhe. This is not a tree. This is Muni Rishis, not the tree. Manifested in the form of tree. They are the eternal associates of Krishna. They are all manifested in form of trees. They are not ordinary there. Even the birds of Vrindavan, they are not ordinary. They are not ordinary birds. Who are they then?
They manifest in the form of birds.
Very beautiful. This is the beauty of Vrindavan. In Venu Geet, this is explained. Vrindavan. The birds, they heard the flute of Krishna, and all the birds became still. When the Krishna played the note on the fifth, Krishna played the flute on the fifth note. That time, By the sound vibration of the flute, everyone started to dance. When he shifted to the seventh note, from the fifth note, all the birds became still. And they are all still. God is standing on the banks of Yamuna and playing the flute, seeing this beautiful form of Krishna. The Yamuna wants to touch the feet of Govinda, but Krishna is not looking towards Yamuna. So Yamuna offered a beautiful lotus in the feet of Krishna. When it presented and offered a flower, Krishna became happy. Kamalopahara. Very nice, beautiful, detailed explanation is there, our acharyas are given. So, the stones melt. After hearing the sound of flute of Krishna, even the stones melt. Even till today, you can see in Vrindavan Parikrama, come with me. You can see Charan Pahadi. Krishna played the flute and even the stones melted. There are the footprints of Krishna is there. Footprints of cows are there. Footprints of peacocks are there. The calves' footprints are also there. No one made them. They are naturally present there because the stones melted. Tower Jangam. So the nature is changed. The movable things become immovable and immovable become movable. So sometimes Brahmaji realized this mood. That's why even the demigods, they faint. So when Krishna's Ras Leela, it's even so far away to take darshans of it. Someone's even see like a little bit shadow of that, little bit light coming from there, they all faint. You take darshan of Rasa Leela in divine chariots, the demigods and demigoddesses, all they come sit in the divine chariot. Demigods fainted, and the demigoddesses, they just saw little bit feet of Krishna and they fainted. That's why this katha is coming in Bhagavatam. I'm telling in short. There are 108 commenters. 108 commentators are there. They have given their commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. From Sridhar Swami Pad, Sanatana Goswami Pad, Jiva Swami Pad, Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad, many commentators, Vallabhacharya, all high class exalted personalities have done this. You tell me. So I am saying this Satta Param Dhimahi. Param Satta. I glorify to him. Krishna himself. In Tattva Vichar, Krishna is the main subject. But in Rasa Vichar, Srimad Bhagavat is the main focus of it is Srimati Radhika. Telling about Prema. This is the Rasa Vichar. Two things. They're establishing that Krishna is the Supreme God, Tattva Vichar. And in perspective of Rasa, Srimati Radhika's glories are glorified through this.
इसके शुक्ल चिकाओं के द्वारा
There are Sikh Vaishnavas, they explain the commentaries very beautifully.
प्रकृति विचार की प्रकाश और प्रतिष्ठा तर्क के द्वारा विषय पुस्तक स्थापित नहीं करते।
By logic, we cannot understand these things. Only by Guru's mercy can we understand all these things.
नाम में द्वारा हम बहुनाम तेनो स्वामी विषय वृत्त तेनो रखो प्रसिद्ध आत्मा विपुलते कुरुस्तान। ऐसे वृंदावन की लीला वृंदावन कृष्ण की लीला
Vrindavan is the divine land where Krishna has performed all his pastimes. There is only rasa is there, only mellows is there. Such beautiful pastimes, Sattam Param Dhimai. That is the absolute truth. Lord Vajendranandan Shyam Sundar, it's called Dheer Lalit Nayak. Second slok, it's coming. Srimad Bhagavat, there is no place for any hypocrisy and duplicity. The Srimad Bhagavat is written for the pure sadhus, meaning there is no any jealousy, no any kind of enviousness in the heart of a person. That's called pure sadhu. You're only seeing the qualities of everyone. And for them, Srimad Bhagavatam is there. While hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, one can be free from the flames of Maya. Susrubhi, just exactly here. Prema manifests when you hear purely. God comes himself, sits there, not saying to listen all these kathas. The Atra word is coming here. Means this Srimad Bhagavatam. No other Puran Katha is there. We give pranams to all the Puranas. Give pranams to all the Puran, but the glory of Srimad Bhagavat, the speciality of it, is explained here in this verse. The glory of Srimad Bhagavatam is so nice. And this Srimad Bhagavat Katha, how to drink this nectar. Nigam Kalp. The Prayojan is explaining. The Makalpatar. Wow, Srimad Bhagavat is like a very beautiful ripe fruit. It's like a fruit fallen from a desire fulfilling tree. The fruit has no peelings, no seed, nothing, completely full of nectar. In this world, when a fruit is ripe, when it falls down, it is destroyed. But Srimad Bhagavatam, this fruit is so beautiful, so delicious. Only nectar is there, no waste part, nothing. And the shukr, parrot, has touched it with its beak, so it's even more beautiful. And how is this? And this fruit is coming to us through Guru Parampara, the same very fruit. Krishna gave it to Brahmaji, then Brahmaji gave to Narad Rishi, Narad Rishi gave to Vyasdev, Vyasdev ji gave to Parikshit Maharaj, no, Shukdev Goswami Pad gave to Parikshit Maharaj. Like this, very nice, beautiful. Those who are rasik, only they can taste these mellows. Not everyone. That's why we said the rasiks, they can relish this. Those who have the mood, they can relish the sweetness of Bhagavatam, the sweetness of this fruit. All this katha explained by Shukdev Goswami Pad, by Parikshit Maharaj. The three main distributions I told you, Naimisharanya, the katha that we are hearing now, this happened in Naimisharanya. That same Bhagavad Katha, when Shukdev Goswami Pad explained to Parikshit Maharaj, that same very katha was explained on the banks of Gomati river, in Naimisharanya. The very same katha was explained by Shukdev Goswami Pad to the Sanatani rishis, and especially Sanatani rishis asked 6 questions. Tomorrow I will explain all those. The time is up. So there were 6 questions, and those 6 question answers is the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. Tomorrow we will continue. Now, let's end today's katha.
भक्तिवेदांत गोस्वामी महाराज की, गुरु परंपरा की, श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की।